If you're a Rover sitter or thinking about becoming one, the holidays is where you make your real profit. I'm going to show you exactly how to maximize your profit during this Thanksgiving week. I'm on track to make $8,000 and more for the month of November, and that's all from Rover. But there is a trade-off that nobody really talks about if you want to make that kind of money, which is you kind of have to sacrifice your holiday so that everybody else can enjoy theirs. Which is why we're having our Thanksgiving today, the Sunday before Thanksgiving, because our house has already started to become a full-time dog hotel. And by Thanksgiving Day, we will have 13 dogs in here.
You didn't tell me that.
Yes, I did. Also, today was the only day my son was off work. My daughter has to work overnight. Not this one, my older daughter. So it's the last real quiet moments before things get a little bit louder. So this week, I'm taking you behind the scenes to show you how we manage it all. The scheduling, the cleaning, the communication, and how to turn holiday chaos into real income without losing your mind. Our first official Thanksgiving week dog arrived yesterday. We have 2 from the previous week still, Barney and Curly. They're going home later today. I've already fed them and given Curly his nausea medicine for the ride home because he throws up in the car. We had 3 arrive today for the full week of Thanksgiving, and we have 1 more that should be here anytime, about the same time as my kids get here to eat. And I don't even know how many that is. Welcome to our Thanksgiving. Our next boarder, Olive, did arrive before dinner, bringing our total number of dogs to 8. They did behave fairly well through dinner, which was a huge welcome change from last year.
Dear God, thank you for bringing us here today. Thank you for blessing us with this food.
See you at midnight.
Barney and Curly's owners arrived to pick them up right after dinner, bringing us back down to 6 for a very short time. It did seem like we had only just finished dinner when I got a text from one of my drop-ins that I was running way behind for. So that made me super nervous. So I felt like I rushed everyone off so I could get in my car and make my evening drop-in rounds. I've been trying to label everybody's stuff, just putting tape on everything so that I don't mix anybody's stuff up, because when we get this many dogs together, I inevitably have trouble remembering whose stuff is whose. Typically, I just remember, but when it's this many, it's gonna become a big blur and I'm gonna forget things. If they have a kennel, I usually just set their stuff on top of their kennel. They have like small food, I'll leave it on the kitchen counter with the label. I usually try to line everything up like right by the door with their names on it. I'll put all their leashes up on those hooks. The one that gets done the fastest and then whines is Murphy, and so they didn't send a bowl, so I'm actually going to use a slow feeder for him. That way it'll take him longer to eat and he won't be freaking out while the rest of them are finished eating. He really likes to sit up here. Everyone has been fed but my dog. But none of these dogs are really aggressive. That's why I just kind of separate them and feed them inside. But if there's ever anybody that there's an inkling, I literally will put everybody outside and feed them one at a time. So that wasn't bad. 5 dogs Monday night. Tomorrow it'll be 8 dogs, and Wednesday it'll be 10. I have to spend quite a bit of time during the day communicating and sending pictures. And what I usually do is I try to take pictures throughout the day, and then I'll make an album for each dog. That way I can just go on the app and send all the pictures at once. And like with yesterday being hectic and today I had drop-ins and meet and greets all day, so I hadn't done it yet. And then it kind of makes me cringe when I've gotten a text from 2 different dog parents asking how the dogs are doing. And I usually like to reach out before they reach out and ask me. So that's why it's important that I have to sit down like at least once a day and go through my photos and send updates on how everybody's doing. I think the photos are usually the biggest part of it that makes the customer feel better, feel like their dog's having a good time and that they're safe. When someone books with a sitter, the communication is everything, and the photos aren't just like cute extras. It's showing them that they're getting what they paid for, that the dog's being fed, the dog's being walked, taken care of, played with, having fun, safe. It builds trust, transparency, and peace of mind, especially during long trips or holidays where everybody's anxiety is already high. So when you're sending great updates, it makes the whole experience easier and less stressful for everyone. Ozzy and Charlie took quite a long time winding down before bed last night. Okay, we're up to 6 dogs, 7 plus Misha. She was super shy and nervous when she got here this morning. Not anymore. Hello, Murphy. Hi, Murphy. Ow. That kind of hurts, buddy. Okay. Yeah. A lot of people. So now I am headed out to do my drop-ins. I pretty much do drop-ins every day. I have 8 recurring customers, so usually Monday through Friday. I'm usually gone up until it's time to pick the girls up from school. But this week, 3 of my recurring drop-ins I'm not doing at all. One woman's at my house, Charlie. And then the rest of them I'm doing like maybe 2 days or just a few of the days. And then the rest of the drop-ins are people that have gone out of town for Thanksgiving. This is Pomegranate. This is probably my easiest drop-in. They've never had a kitten before, and they went out of town for Thanksgiving, obviously. And so we come see her twice a day. Our next boarder is coming at 11, so Philip's gonna do that one, which he's perfectly capable. I don't know if he gives off the same, oh, I'm gonna love your dog so much vibe that I give off, but it is what it is. I can't be in 2 places at once, so. I was checking my messages, and I saw I had a voicemail. I hate the phone.
Cheryl, this is your father. I was going to come pick up Murphy and run him this afternoon and bring him back. He called.
So I'm gonna call the guy. I hate calling people.
Cheryl?
Yeah. Hey.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm doing good, thank you.
Good.
I'm going to see if I can grab that dog from you for a little while. Rub his butt around.
Yeah, that's fine. What time were you thinking about coming? Oh, just any time is.
I don't need the leash.
You don't need it?
Like the truck.
Okay. Hey.
Hey.
So he's supposed to be coming to get Murphy in 15 minutes, and he said he doesn't need a leash or anything. You can just let him out. I told him you'd probably bring him from the back of the house, but I guess if he doesn't need a leash, I don't know. It's up to you. Whatever you want to do.
Okay, great. They're going to show up at the same time. That's always fun.
Yeah.
Okay, Murphy, the dog who's been here for like 2 days, the big one.
The yellow lab.
Yeah, okay. And red leash.
Yeah, but he said he doesn't need the leash.
Yeah, but I'm not taking it. I'm not trying to give a dog away without a leash.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a liability. If something happens, the dog gets away from the both of us, keeps running, and that's our fault because we didn't get it back without a leash.
Okay.
All right, I love you.
I love you too.
Bye.
I just got another message saying, would you mind if I dropped Kira off tomorrow morning instead of tonight? She's getting an ear treatment put in her ears from an allergy flare right now and allergy shots. I figured I'd push my trip back so she can have a night at home for the meds to kick in. So that was my 3rd one for today. So I'm just going to message her back and say that's fine. Like, what am I going to say? No. You must bring her tonight. And find out what time in the morning she's planning on coming. My current dream is to have a little robot. This is how I get through my drop-ins every day when I have to drive from place to place to place is the Mr. Ballin podcast. It's really awesome. If you've never listened to it, you should.
52-year-old Fred Chaplin.
Mackenzie is my oldest daughter. She just graduated with a degree in social work and a minor in addictions. She recently started working as a recovery counselor, and for now, she's working 12-hour shifts overnight. And she usually does her shifts back to back. So on these days, I'll come get Lenny and Amelia and take them with me to my rounds.
No. That's more like it. You ready?
Whee!
Slow down. Alright, we are running super behind schedule, which I don't like. It stresses me out. I talked to Philip. He said that Fred has arrived and that Fred is going to fit in just fine. So, hopefully all is well. So Harper's owner is pulling in, so we were pulling out. It's kind of strange. I've texted him a couple times this, like the end of last week and this week to ask like what the schedule is for this week, and he hasn't responded, so I'm just going every day like normal. Now we're heading over to my off Rover hour-long customer.
Hello.
What is it?
Apple.
It's orange. No picking. We gotta leave it. We gotta let it grow.
Okay, so Louie's on our text and said we're looking at booking our Christmas flights home for family today and wanting to make sure we have Louie care covered in advance. I'll probably officially book it on the app in a week or so, but would you guys be available to watch him December 20th through January 6th? I know it's a longer stretch of time, just wanted to check with you. So I said yes, because Louie is pretty good, besides the occasional humping and random barking at the cats. Other than that, he's really good, honestly.
She asked if she could drop Kira off at 9:30 in the morning. She said it's 9:30 is good, and I'm gonna say, yep, sounds good. The girls go to school 3 days a week, just like part-time. And they like to say that Amelia has big feelings. She's having her big feelings right now. And Maggie has big feelings about Amelia. She's literally trying to bite her ankles. I'm thinking about getting her a shirt for Christmas that says, warning, I have big feelings. Hi.
Hello.
Hello, how are you?
How are you?
My grandchildren are feral. Hey, we gotta go. You ready to go? That was exhausting.
Busy day. Going to be.
It was actually an incredibly light day. I'm literally just driving around the corner to go to my house now. See how it goes having these girls with all these dogs. Troublemakers.
Hi, sweet boy.
There's one big troublemaker in here, and his name is Charlie.
Yeah.
Instagram. Fighting with me. Oh, he got him a fighting buddy. Like earlier, you know, the guy come pick up Murphy.
Yeah.
So I'm standing in here, and I just see this guy walk right by the window. I'm like, what the? And I'm surely. Go out the back door, and I meet the guy walking into the backyard.
I
I
told
don't know
him,
what the heck. I don't know what I was about.
I told him that you would bring him back from the backyard. You would bring him from the back. Like, whenever you come, he can just bring him around the side of the house. And so it might take him a second to make sure that nobody gets out or anything. But just anytime's fine.
Seriously.
Oh my God, that is crazy. But you caught him, but he's already in the backyard?
Yeah, I mean, he just let himself in.
Was there dogs back there?
Yeah, I mean, if I'd have been like upstairs or something, he'd probably just let himself. Yes, all the dogs were back
He
there.
got back there with all the dogs
Yes.
back there? Well, so what happened? What, was he cool or? What'd you, I mean, like, you,
Evidently in his eyes, I got a lot going on around here.
Hi, Fred. Hi, Fred.
So he brought Murphy back. He came in the backyard again. He said he should be tired and ready to go to bed, and that he's gonna come back tomorrow and get him and do it again. I don't think he realizes the logistics and what happens when people come over. You're supposed to be asleep, Murphy.
My son-in-law came by after work and picked up my little helpers.
Everybody's freaking out.
No, stop. Stop. It's okay. Have you never seen a cat before?
I'm gonna take a shower and then we gotta go see. Are you gonna go with me to see Pomegranate?
Yeah.
And now I gotta go back and look at the pictures I sent because I sent all the pictures and then Malia's owner, which isn't really the owner, it's the girlfriend of the owner, was like, is she humping that other dog? And I'm like, oh my God, what picture did I send?
Say yes and get it over with.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I think you're gonna have to stay upstairs, okay?
I got a request for Christmas.
Christmas?
Yes.
Dang, who's Christmas?
No.
Wait, actually Christmas?
Yeah, well,
That's
yeah.
their name?
No, I got a request for to stay with us on Christmas.
Oh. Are you gonna accept it?
I do not. Okay, first off, if I'm kind of obviously I'm pickier during the holidays about what kind of dogs I take, and if you want me to accept your dog, you probably should not name it Mischief. The dog's name is Mischief and Suki. Suki is a 1.5-year-old lab. Mischief is a 6-month-old German Shepherd.
Oh god.
Not at Christmas. In the description, I get it. Like, I love animals, and I get how they have their own little nuances, and they're adorable, and you love them. But it is much different when they go to stay at someone else's house. Both girls are super friendly and love playing together and with other dogs. Suki loves to run and Mischief loves nothing more than to chase her. They both love squeaky toys and talking to each other. Mischief loves to eat food and will try to eat her sisters, while Suki will just stand there and watch, making lots of noise and sounding very mean.
Oh my God, no.
They are both up to date on vaccinations and medications. We hope to hear back from you soon. Unfortunately, that does not fit my profile for Christmas dogs. Even though I'm sure they're probably adorable and wonderful, it's just...
So this is how I'm going to reply. Hey there, thank you so much for reaching out. I would absolutely love to keep them any other time, but over Christmas, I'm only able to take dogs I've boarded multiple times before, since we'll have company in and out. I just want to make sure the holidays stay calm for everyone. I hope we can schedule something after the holidays. So Rover automatically sets the holiday rate for you. So whereas my boarding is 45, I think Rover sets it at 54, and I actually recently upped mine to 59 because, I mean, I'm spending my holiday taking care of your dog instead of, you know, doing what you're doing. So I checked others. Mine's a little higher, but my reviews, the amount of positive reviews I have are higher than most people also. So out of all the dogs that are staying, they did not ask, but I took Charlie's off because out of everybody, all my customers, I've been paid more money from Charlie's family than anybody. I think it's like $7,000 or $8,000 in total because I used to watch him 2 times a day from the time he was 6 weeks old. Now I only watch him once a day, but then he's always boarded with me also. So, and then Louie's owner just sent me a message after she sent a request and said, hey, is the holiday rate supposed to be for every day of the stay? Is that correct? And it is. That's the way they do it. But Louie was staying like, I think 9 or 10 days this time. And they do, like, if there's a holiday at all within the stay, it's going to charge you the holiday rate for every single day. And Louie is actually a really good dog, and I know also that, like we saw earlier, she's going to book for 2 weeks over Christmas, so I just took it off. There's no way for me to only charge it for Thanksgiving. Feeding time, because on Fred's thing it says he needs to be walked twice a day after meals. It's not the dish. Okay, Olive. Hey. Surprising.
It's first ever college football playoff. Turn them into the champion.
It's a program that is put in place, and I believe.
All right, so today has been fun. Woke up this morning early, I don't know, somewhere between 7 and 8. Typically, we do get up earlier than that because like the kids have to be at school at 7 something, but this morning I really didn't need to be anywhere until like 8:30 or 9. So I hadn't gotten up yet, and the girls had a sleepover last night, so they were up late, everybody was up late. So wake up early to the doorbell going off. It's Murphy's grandpa coming to pick him up, take him somewhere. He said yesterday when he left, I'll come get him again tomorrow, but he didn't say when. He did call before at 7 something in the morning, but I was not awake, and I wasn't expecting anybody because I always check the night before to see who all's coming in the morning to know what time I have to get up.
Good morning. Good morning.
So Philip gives Murphy to the grandpa and then opens the back door to let all the dogs out. So by that time I'm up and coming downstairs because Charlie's having a complete come apart about hearing all the commotion. So all the dogs go out, but then somebody comes back in and pees 5 gallons on the floor. After no one had an accident before, but then after. He's super grumpy. I'm like, let me clean it up. So I clean that up. So I go back upstairs, get everything I need, come back down, and somebody is poops all the way out the door. So clean all that up. So at this point, I'm like, I'm just gonna wait for my 9:30 to drop off, which is Kiera, the older husky. So I feed everybody, which Murphy hadn't been fed yet. Feed everybody, I go clean dog poop in the backyard. The 9:30 had texted and said she's running late, she won't be there till 10. So, which is normally not a big deal, but the girls had a sleepover, so they were up downstairs all night. I guess aggravating the dogs. So Philip didn't get much sleep. He's grumpy about getting woke up this morning, dogs peeing on the floor, everything else. So he's gone back to sleep. I waited until the 10 o'clock came, so I'm running behind, and then I have a 12 o'clock drop off, which I really want to be there for because this one supposedly is good, but has anxiety, and I like to be the one to be there when they kind of have anxiety to make sure they feel comfortable and everything. So now I'm kind of trying to figure out how to do my schedule because the hour-long one that I have to go to is kind of out a little bit, and it's just my day's a little bit. So now I really need to check with the 12 o'clock people and see if they're actually planning on being there at 12 o'clock, because a lot of times people kind of look at it as a range, and I mean, I'm sure I'm guilty of this too, just assuming that people are just at home and it's not a big deal, but it's kind of and I mean, they could drop off and Philip would be there, but I just feel better if it's me. So with an anxiety dog.
Okay, so I text and I said, hey there, I was just checking if you were still planning on dropping Aurora off around 12. I'll be in and out doing drop-ins. My husband is home, but I really wanted to be there since you had said she had a little anxiety at first, so I wanted to make sure she got settled in. Waiting to find out about that.
I'm a compulsive trash collector. It irritates my husband, but if there's trash on the ground, I pick it up and I would throw it away. And this lady over there was like, no, put it in my trash bag. I was like, okay. So I put it in my trash bag. I don't know.
Everybody get that.
Continue to undermine the president. And I've said this a number of times now. What they're doing is trying to set up the next impeachment, the exact same way they set up. And if they have the ability to, if they take back the House.
They're okay, they're okay. I have a note section on my phone that tells me, that has the codes to everybody's house because I constantly forget them. I just stood here for like 3 minutes. I didn't have to look it up. I remembered, so I was proud of myself, but I have to keep a backup. Now we're heading to Jelly's, which she's one of my regular customers, but I only do her twice a week. And this is super weird because normally I do my everydays, like I go from east to west. So I like try to hit the times and the times people want and geographically, so I'm not driving as far. But just because of how weird everything is today with some regular, some, out of town Thanksgiving people, and all the borders, I'm going from like the furthest point to the furthest point east to the furthest point west to get to Jelly, which usually doesn't happen. So I'm thinking I'm probably like 20 minutes apart here. This is probably so wrong, but I'm cracking up because it's just the irony. Philip sends me this video of all the dogs, like just chill, everybody's happy and relaxed, and they're all in the living room. And it was like 30 seconds after I get the video, my Ring camera notification goes off and I see it's Murphy's grandpa bringing him back. and that's just the thing. It's like we never know when he's coming, when what he's doing. And then Philip texted and said Murphy was soaking wet because he's taking him duck hunting is the reason he keeps coming to get him. It's just different. See, Jelly's got one of those sago palms in her yard too, and most people that move here are from military, so they don't know about it. I told them, and they had no idea. I don't think that one's female, which is the ones that are dangerous. So I'm in the backyard with Jelly, making a video, and the guy comes home. I don't really know the guy, because it's the girl that hired me. That always sounds so funny, but that I've always talked to. And so when the guy came home, and I was like, hey, just super awkward. Now we are headed to see Gert and Pickle. They're 2 orange cats. They're super sweet. I took care of them last Christmas. If you watched my 1 year on Rover video, they were one of the 3 people that I locked myself out of their house or keys or something. So I'm very grateful that they decided to use me again, or she decided to use me again. Nothing really for me to do, except for she said she left food out, just make sure that it's filled up, and to fill up their water, which is like a water bubbler thing, which a lot of people have these days also. And then, just to like spend time with the cats, I guess. But she was like, if you don't see the cats, don't go look for them because I don't want you in my bedroom. I'm like, okay. And so, and that just like kind of like, I really wasn't gonna like go all up in your bedroom, but like automatically gives you the vibe of like, you're not trusted, like, so whatever, it's fine. But while I was there, like the cat water, I looked at it and I'm like, I really don't see how it came apart. No big deal. I just unplugged it, picked it up, filled it up, put it back down, plugged it back in, because I know that works. Instead of taking the time to like figure out how to undo it and all that. So after I was there like 10 minutes, I got a message that said, the top comes off of the water you are not supposed to unplug the whole thing and fill it up. And I was like, okay. She checked on everybody, brought the stuff that was outside inside, labeled everything, swept up some dog hair and some dirt, ate a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. I'm sure I did something else, but I don't remember what it was at this point. Now I'm on the way to Salem and Smoky. This is the first time going over there. They left this morning. It's a cat, a very old cat, and a rabbit. And the really weird thing about this one is that their family went out of town, but she said her brother-in-law's family came in town and is staying with them, not with them, but staying at their house, and will be there, but she doesn't trust them to take care of her animals. She said they're really nice. So just come in and act like it's normal that I'm there and there's people there. So, awkward. Hopefully maybe they're out to dinner. We'll see, I guess. Or whatever, I don't know. So there was nobody there this time. The rabbit straight up like ran at me and bit me, which I was not expecting. I used to have a rabbit, but she never bit me hard. I didn't blood or anything, but like, I can still feel it. Anyway, I checked with the final dog for today that's coming, Miley, and they said they should be here just like 5:30, maybe a couple minutes after. So Molly got here and I went out the front door to get her, talk to her owner, talk to her, just like super, super sweet. Well, so what we've been doing is walking around to the back of the house so that nobody escapes out the front door. We went walking around to the back. She's totally like, okay, let's go, totally with me. Open the gate, Misha is back there. And so Misha immediately comes out to be like, hey, that's my house, what are you doing? You know, Miley just backs up and backs straight out of her harness, like straight out of it, and starts running toward the street. And her owner was like still backing out of the driveway. And I'm like, oh my God, she's fixing to run in front of her car. Like, and a while back, I learned from watching a video that if a dog gets loose, the best thing to do is just sit down on the ground, lay down, and they'll come back to you. So I just sat down really quick, and she stopped and kind of looked at me and was like, I know my mom's over here. And then she came to me, so I grabbed her and put her harness back on, but I didn't trust it because I just watched her back out of it. So I was able to call Philip like on my watch and get her to take Misha inside. And then I still couldn't get her to come. She's just sweet as could be, but just couldn't get her to come around the side. So I ended up picking her up and carrying her in the backyard, which she was fine with. But she's, whoo, when you almost got gas. Lord. So she's definitely a little skittish. She's fine with people, like, but she's a little overwhelmed. So I think she'll be okay. She don't like you in her face like that, Maria. Okay. Okay, we're at our last stop of the day, back at Pomegranate, and I'm tired. I don't know what's going on tomorrow. I haven't even looked at the schedule yet, except for that I know Babe and Buddy are coming at 8, something like that. I know I've got to run Montana to her friend's house because they want her to spend the night and do Thanksgiving with them, and she might as well because we've already had our Thanksgiving and nothing will be happening at our house but dogs, maybe some room reorganizing.
Fred, see it? Fred can see it? Fred see it? Good, Fred. Who else can see it? Anybody else see it? Oh, Misha can see it. Good job. Misha and Louie are going to be the only ones to get it because they're the only ones sitting. Act like y'all understand me. Oh, I see a sitter. I see a sitter. Good girl. Who else can see it? See it? Who can see it? Who can see it? See it?
I picked the wrong dogs to take to bed with me. Happy Thanksgiving. This is what happens when I don't double and triple check myself. I I had it in my head that he was dropping Babe and Buddy off at 8 a.m. So I got up at 7, which I don't think was really a choice because the dogs had decided they were also getting up before that. So I was like, he's coming at 8, I'll get them settled, and then I'll go do these 2 drop-ins. And the lady with the cat and the rabbit was real specific, like, just as long as you're here before 9, just try to be here before 9 because they get fed by 9 every morning. 9's the latest they're fed. So I'm sitting here like getting kind of aggravated because he's not here yet with Babe and Buddy, and I'm gonna be late to do these drop-ins. And I looked back at the text and saw it said he would be there at 9ish. Crap. So now I'm rushing over here to do the cat and rabbit real quick. And again, I'm hoping these people that are staying there aren't there yet. I'm heading over there really quick and hoping I get back by the time that before he gets there with Babe and Buddy, because Philip is asleep. I'm pretty sure he's over dogs and isn't gonna be the most personable when people come. So, okay, so the people were there. They were super cool. Had to like rush out. I'm like, I got this guy dropping off dogs. No, I have to go get my glasses. Malia, quit ripping my gate down. Malia, stop. Stop. So, for the love of God. Come on, Barky. Fred, get back.
Good morning. Good morning, girl. How are you?
I let her run around the house a little bit today instead of staying confined in the room. And I got caught up on all my sending photos to all the boarding pet parents.
Come on, can you get up? Can you get up? Come on, you do it. Can you get up? We're not going outside. Okay?
I really want to get them all in one photo, but I don't know how this is going to go. Really bad time to run out of garbage bags.
Ready?
All right, so we just picked Montana and her best friend up, and Montana had Thanksgiving with them because we had our Thanksgiving on Sunday. But so when they got in the car, I was like, did you thank Kennedy's family for letting you have Thanksgiving with them? And they're like, we kind of slept through it.
Here's some more good.
So anyway, so we're heading to go see the cat and aggressive rabbit, and then we're going back home where Dad is incredibly grumpy
Why?
because of the dogs.
Of course.
So hopefully he'll snap out of it and he's not going to be, because we still have 3 more days of
There's a cat
this.
in the middle of the road.
Where's the cat?
No, hey.
Okay, well, don't say that. I thought I was going blind. I'm like, where's the cat?
Hey.
A coyote. At some point, Malia carried the water bowl outside, and I literally cannot find it. Fred was walking through here all, you know, suspicious with something in his hand. It was too much podcast. With something in his mouth, and I'm like, Fred, what have you got? Drop that. And so he drops it. Like, I don't even know where this came from. He had to have gotten it.
It was on the day. It was right there.
It was on the counter?
Yeah.
Okay, he got it off the counter. Fred's a psychopath. Fred, what were you planning on doing with that weapon? Mm-hmm. That's a very interesting way of drinking. I don't trust you, Fred. You have bad intentions.
ESPN Thursday Night College Football, presented by Liberty Mutual, is brought to you by Rover. Vacation is done right.
All day long. So, Babe is 15, and she can like jump from the ground up into her owner's Jeep. But she is a scavenger. She literally is just on the hunt. And she's had to have like major stomach surgery twice because she's eaten, I can't remember what he told me she ate. So I'm like super paranoid about her or some kind of, what are we in a standoff about right now? What are we mad about? Why? Dude, can you stop jumping on me, please? Aurora, please stop.
Their head coach.
Hey, drop that. Drop it. Nice. A steak knife.
Where the hell you get a steak knife?
I don't know.
Off the counter.
Stand out here, everybody's fine. But the second I try to go inside, everyone's gonna follow me inside. Even though the door's open all day long right now because the weather's cool. So they can go outside anytime they want to and not here and play, but they want to stay right under your feet and play all the time. It's so weird. Like you would think the dog, they would like want to be outside, but why does he sound like that?
Hello, pomegranates.
It's cold. It was like 30-something degrees when I woke up. I don't think I slept very much last night. I didn't go to sleep till late, and then I took Miley, Louie, and Charlie upstairs with me and fence me when Misha won't come upstairs. And of course Montana had a friend over, so they were getting up and all that. And so I got up this morning and it was just like all this incessant whining in the room, and I just automatically assumed it was Charlie, and I was like, Charlie! And all of a sudden Charlie's head just popped up in front of me. I was like, oh, sorry, buddy. So anyways, I got up and let all the dogs out, and then I gathered all Babe and Bud's stuff up because Babe and Bud's owner said he was going to pick them up in the morning, this morning at 9:30, and of course now I'm running late again, and I got to like rush over here to feed the rabbit and the cat and rush back. I was trying to do that, and then like let the dogs out, and then I fed Babe and Buddy because they're on like a really, like they eat at like 7 or noon or something like that. And so while I was getting their food and everything, and I had all like 13 dogs following me down the hallway, I looked up and Murphy's grandpa was standing at the door, and I guess he probably rang the doorbell, but the camera was dead. So I'm gonna charge that, but I'm glad we weren't still asleep at least. So then I was trying to get Murphy out the door, so I grabbed Murphy's leash and he went like to the front, you know, and so I'm trying to get Murphy out the door, and he's like, okay, thank you, and he's like pulling, and I was like, hang on, I've got him around my wrist, because it's just a habit, I put the leash around my wrist, and he's going, watch your hand, and pulling on it, and I'm just like, hang on. I've got to hurry, so I gotta get back and get Babe Bud out the door. And I don't know, he paid me yesterday, like I don't know if I need to like give him his check back, but you give me a check, and change the amount, I don't know. So that's how the day's going. I've got a few drop-ins. Well, I've got a bunch of drop-ins, but I've got like 3 this morning, and then hopefully we can sit down and watch the Ole Miss game. So we'll see. It's just a crazy day, and I have to. I don't know if I mentioned that Montana's birthday is tomorrow, and I am zero prepared for that at all. It's like a baby walking down the street, so like a literal baby. This guy got it. He beat me here. That was kind of crazy. I couldn't get Bud. He didn't put him on leashes, so I got Bud out the door, but I couldn't get Babe, and I'd like run around the house, and Charlie followed me, so then I was carrying Charlie everywhere, and then he was like, now have you submitted a cancellation with Rover? I'm like, no, you didn't. Baby, you wrote me a check. He's like, okay. I said, do you want me to bring the check? Can you write me a lower amount? And he was like, no, it's okay, that's fine. I just don't want it to be through Rover. I'm like, okay.
Well, hello. Good morning.
I just got a message. We're headed back today, and we will pick Nalia up in the morning on Saturday. And we wanted to ask that you not feed her tomorrow morning so she doesn't get sick on the ride home. We hope she was a good girl and appreciated all the pictures.
Hello.
Now we are off to another of my holiday drop-ins, a cat named Minnie, who I've taken care of before. Her owner actually made me a video to show me how to refill her automatic feeder, so I did my homework before I arrived.
So I'm just going to show you how to refill it because it only has about 5 days worth, or not 5 days worth, I'm sorry, 5 like cycles worth, so that's like 2-ish days. So when you come on Friday, what am I saying? I'm all over the place. I leave tomorrow.
Good girl.
I just got no what to say. The game started.
Okay, Olive. Okay. Hush, hush, hush.
So I noticed Ozzy's eyes are looking really bad. Yeah, Ozzy. And I had thought she said something to me about that his eyes get irritated because a lot of small dogs do, but it might have been Olive because I texted her and was just like, hey, I kind of wiped his eyes with a warm rag, but it's not really helping. What do you normally do? And then she said that's never happened to him before. I thought, well, maybe because my yard's so, dusty and sandy that maybe that was what the deal was. She called the vet and then she's like, the vet can see him at 3 o'clock in Miramar Beach. Can you take him? And I was like, no. It's a long ways away and I've got all these drop-ins to do. So I told her, I was like, I can go to the pet store and get some drops and try that. And then she was like, yeah, we'll try that. Let's try that. And I was like, okay, thank God.
Hey, bud.
Good, I see. Squeeze in here before I lose any of these guys. Don't stay in there.
Oh, my goodness.
Wet again.
So that plan changed pretty quickly because the owner found out that her daughter was already back in town. And ironically, her daughter was one of Montana's teachers a few years ago. So she came by and grabbed Ozzy and took him to the vet. And he did end up having a deep scratch on his eye. And I don't know how on earth that happened, but I felt terrible. I did not realize that they had such a amazing yard. I would kill for this. This yard is huge. Okay, it's been crazy for a minute. The last people I was at, Bodie and Luna and Twix and Ruby, I didn't send the Rover card, and I'm really bad about doing that. Sometimes when I leave, I'm really bad about hitting send, or like lately they just changed it and the card, like the pictures take a minute to upload. Like they just sit there and spin, and so then I'll leave and not send it. And so it's been like a couple hours and the guy just texted and he was like, hey, just want to make sure everything was okay. And I was like, what's he talking about? And then I looked and I was like, oh, I didn't send the card. And so I just said, yes, I'm so sorry. Like, I just, basically what I just said, the Rover cards have changed and sometimes the photos take a minute to upload and then I'll forget to go back and send them. And so I just sent it, and I was like, I promise I didn't move into your house. And then he texts back and he was like, oh, no, you're fine. Court, I guess the wife, was just making sure one of the dogs didn't push you down the stairs or something. And that just cracked me up because like that's something I would be thinking. Like, anyway, so before that, so the game ended. So we had this whole thing with Ozzy, and then I went to see those dogs, and then I came back and I watched the very end of the game and they won, and then so that was good. So then I was getting ready to go again, and Philip said somebody's in the backyard, and I said it's probably Olive because she's not in here.
And he goes, no, it's Nayland, which is our cat that has been out, and we've been trying to figure out where he is. And so I was like, oh, okay. So I'm like, I'll get him and carry him around to the front. So Philip goes out there and he kind of spooked him, and he took off, went back over the fence, and there's like just open area and then woods behind our house. So I went out and went across the field and then into the woods and talked him into coming with me. And so I picked him up and carried him, and then I went back to the front yard. I got him up and everything, and then I like went and got in the car, and I was fixing to pull out. Philip all of a sudden like runs out into the garage, and he's like really like panicked looking, and he's like, I don't know where Olive is. He's like, I haven't seen Olive in a while. And you remember Charlie got out earlier. Well, Charlie didn't get out. Like, I had gotten in the car to leave, and I looked up and I saw Misha standing in the doorway, and I had already opened the garage. And I'm like, oh my God. And for some reason, I think because we've got the back door open, like the suction or something, it's like the door's not shutting good. And so the door had opened back up. Well, Charlie was standing on the driveway, but I just hollered at him and grabbed him. But when I came in, I like accounted for every dog to make, like I was like positive it was only Charlie that was out there, but like I just made sure like everybody was there. And he was like, I don't know where Olive is. And so it's like rationally, like I knew Olive wasn't gone, like because I knew I accounted for her at that time. But I also, when he said somebody's in the backyard, I'm like, it's probably Olive because she's not right here, you know. We ran in, and I'm just like, you know, 1,000 things are going through my head, like 1,000 worst case scenarios. Like, oh my God, how long has it been since we've seen her? Like, how what am I gonna do? Like, find these but I walked in and I walked straight to the hall bathroom and opened the door, and she was standing in there. And then Philip was like, oh my God, like he was freaking out inside, and so it was just like a lot of things like all at one time. So now I'm on my way to Gert and Pickles, and this is my last day, so I have to remember to leave the key there.
So I just pulled up at Charlie's house because they asked me if I would mind running by and checking on the cats, just making sure they had food and water and that they were okay. I don't charge them anything, and they like don't like offer to pay me anything, and I don't care because like literally like Charlie's been my longest customer that I've probably made. Well, I know I've made the most money from Charlie. So, and they're like super nice. And they also live literally like the people with the rabbit and the other cat live right down the street. So, all right, Salem and Smokey are fed. Smokey only tried to attack me like 3 times this time.
Just come back on the field as you're speaking.
There's literally a hole in it. Stop. Yes, do you have a problem with it?
Yes. Why is there? Hey! Now the arms will get you.
I miss what the other cat looks like. Same cat? Same cat?
Yes. The arms are gonna get you.
Okay, Twix.
The arms will succeed.
Oh, there's no picture. So we went to Pomegranates, and I was thinking I went back again tomorrow. I knew it was probably the last night that Monica would come because she usually doesn't come in the morning. And so I told her we gotta go see Pomegranate. So we're sitting in there just chilling, listening to our podcast, and there's no cars coming because I'm like blind because of this light. And I get a text, and the lady's like, hey, I just saw you just checked in. We're almost home. I'm like, oh my God. And I was trying to hurry and get out of there just because I'm sure they're tired and they've been in the car and everything else. And so we like jump up and we're like, bye, Pomegranate. And we like just like locked everything up and ran out the door. And then I stood at the door for like 5 minutes trying to rip the keys off, trying to like get it under the mat for them. And then as we were pulling out, they pulled in and flashed their lights. And so we stopped and talked, and she got out of the car and told Monica thank you, and she gave me some money.
But what do you think? What would happen if she didn't send that text?
It would have been awkward because I would have been like, because I probably would have been a lot earlier this evening had I realized they were coming back tonight. It just didn't click with everything going on. So it's always like an indicator if they're scheduled for the day, and then there's like, if you have an evening drop in and then no morning drop in, they're usually coming back that night. And like probably 50% of the time I'll get people be like, we're home, so you don't have to come tonight. Like they scheduled it as a just in case, like in case we're running late or something like that. And so I should have thought about it, and I would have been earlier. All right, back to the crazy house. Why is it 38 degrees in Florida? Why? It's not why I live here. Now I'm going to go do the dogs, get back here, get Malia, run over, take care of the cat and the rabbit. And then I have no idea what I'm doing after that. It's all written down somewhere, so. Well, the dogs are outside, which normally I go outside with them, but it's very cold. And plus the cat needs me right now. So Miley's owner texted and asked how she was doing. So I had to gather some photos of her real quick and send them. I've usually done that. I usually do it daily, but my phone has been giving me fits because it keeps running out of storage because I take pictures of dogs and cats all day long. So I have not done it. I'm slacking. I need to go through it and do everybody else while I'm doing that. I also got a text from one of my newer regulars, the 4 dogs. I'm not going to take it personally because they're just a weird situation. Who knows what it is? And they've never been anything but like nice. So she was just like, hey, Cheryl, thank you for taking such good care of the dogs. You're absolutely amazing. We don't need your help anymore. Thank you. I'm like, okay. So I don't know what that's about, but I mean, it kind of goes to like over the last couple months, you know, we had the government shutdown and I live in a military town and there's a lot of civilian employees and all those civilian employees were furloughed. And so a few of them were my regular customers. So I didn't do them in that time. And I picked up more customers. And I remember thinking whenever the shutdown is over, this is going to be difficult because I have so many and I don't know what I'm going to do. And some of the newer ones were like way more money, but I didn't like get rid of anybody or anything because I mean, well, for one thing, day to day things can just change. Like, hey, I'm at home sick today. I don't need you to come by or whatever. So I might think I have a really packed day and then everything doesn't play out. And I mean, there's many days it does, but they're one of the hour-long visits, the one that just canceled. And so if I had like put others off to do that one and then they just were like, oh, we don't need you anymore because who knows what, you know, I really don't think I did anything. Of course, part of me is like, why did I make them mad? But like, I know I didn't. So I guess that just goes to show you that's why I just always try to make it work because you never know what's actually going to happen. The funny thing is that we talk constantly about how the dogs that stay at our house will not go outside. Like you can't just go outside for a little while and shut the door. I mean, even when the door is open, they will occasionally go out there alone, but most of the time they will not. And the second you shut that door, they're freaking out. These dogs are just out here living their best life. And I'm going to have to be like, okay, y'all got to come in because I've got to get back to get Malia. Of course, they have an amazing heart. It's way better than mine. And lately it takes forever to upload. Like if it just sits there like this. I have to hurry and get home. I hope I get home before Malia gets there. I mean, before they get there to get Malia. Malia uses a gentle leader. And I've only walked one dog with one of those. It's like this thing. It kind of looks like a muzzle, but it's not a muzzle. It's just like goes around their mouth and it's supposed to like keep them doing what you want them to do. And my brain doesn't work like that. Like I can't, the way you put them on, I really, like it took me forever to figure out how to put the dog I was walking with that on. I had to like watch videos, so I'm not optimistic about me being able to quickly put on Malia's leash, especially with all these dogs around. And I really don't want to let anybody in with all the other dogs because it'll be insanity. So I'm not sure how I'm going to handle this. And I only have 12 minutes to get home, and I'm pretty sure it takes all of that to get there. All right, Malia is picked up, and I had to get all the dogs outside and have him come in because I don't know how to put it. It looks like a muzzle, but it's not a muzzle. It's just like goes around their mouth, and it's supposed to like keep them doing what you want them to do. And my brain doesn't work like that. Like I can't, the way you put them on, I really, like it took me forever to figure out how to put the dog I was walking with that on. I had to like watch videos, so I'm not optimistic about me being able to quickly put on Malia's leash, especially with all these dogs around. And I really don't want to let anybody in with all the other dogs because it'll be insanity. So I'm not sure how I'm going to handle this. And I only have 12 minutes to get home, and I'm pretty sure it takes all of that to get there. All right, Malia is picked up, and I had to get all the dogs outside and have him come in because I don't know how to put on a leash. So that worked out fine. And then Aurora has got something going on with her. Like she's fine. Like she's running around fine. She's acting fine. But she has something going on like under her chin that's like bloody. And there haven't been any fights. So I don't know if she's the one that like her legs just collapse on her constantly. They said she has bad knees. I don't think she has bad knees. I think she has vestibular disease. And like, I don't know if she was coming up the stairs and she fell and hit her chin or what, but it's really hard to get to it to see it. It's really hard when all the other dogs are around whenever Malia was getting picked up, Aurora was still in the house. So while the dogs stood outside and screamed and whined and yelled like they were all dying, I tried to lay Aurora down and really like look at her. And I was trying to get like some of it off to see like, is it really bad? Is it like, does she need to go to the vet? Like, I mean, obviously it's not actively bleeding, and I don't even know when it happened, like it's because it's under her chin. So I've got to, I don't know what really to do. I guess later I'm gonna get her upstairs and maybe I could give her a bath and just like get it rinsed off, or maybe I could put her in the sink. She's small enough I could probably put her in the sink, and then I could use the hand thing and rinse it off and just see. I think this is my last time coming here, but I gotta double check if I gotta leave the key or not. Yes. But it's funny how gentle Murphy's being about it, because Murphy could just like... Murphy's like, all right, I'm gonna swing you now.
Charlie think he really winning too.
Oh. That's funny.
Just a little bit better and a little bit more confident. What I'm going to take on this. First of all, he comes right out of the gate. Ball, see the ball right out.
Someone's at the front door.
We're going up till tomorrow.
Where's everything in here?
The cage is still in here.
Where's all of it?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Oh yeah. Because they all went out there.
Or in the garage.
Someone's at the front door.
Come on, guys.
That was made.
Come on, y'all. No, when I went to let Murphy out, they all ran off the freaking gate. And he was yelling, let him go, let him go. So he could get Murphy and get him, so I couldn't get him off my freaking hands. So I got him off my hands. And then they all listened and came back in, except for Fred. It took me a minute to get Fred. And then I was standing at the back gate screaming your name because I couldn't get the dogs away from the gate so that I could bring Fred back in. And he couldn't hold Fred by his collar because he was backing out of his collar. And so I was just standing there holding Fred, and I finally screamed over again enough to get him back in.
I couldn't hear you. I was talking to him, and he was telling me how he didn't come to pick him up. He was coming running.
Today is Montana's 12th birthday, so I'm wrapping her gifts, but we're definitely gonna have to do this celebrating later.
So how many dogs are there? 8?
Yes.
Isn't it not weird that only 8 dogs feels like, it's like, oh, we only have 8 dogs. Because it feels like nothing now.
Yeah, I mean, it feels like 2 or 3.
Yeah. It's crazy how calm it is here right now with only 8 dogs. They weren't bad dogs. They were just young and wild. But yes.
Very playful.
It's calm now. It's so
Even
calm and
Charlie
quiet.
is calm.
Fred, you good boy?
But it's almost like it's too calm around here.
Okay, I gotta go take care of these dogs and hopefully find this cat. Still don't see the other cat, so we're looking. Okay. Okay, this one's eaten.
Where's your other kitty?
The one earlier that I said just randomly up and canceled and didn't say why or anything. I got a request from the guy a little bit later that is for drop-ins for 5 days a week for an hour for 3 of the 4 dogs. I'm pretty sure the big dog is hers, so I'm thinking they broke up.
Can I come in?
He's not. Here's Bishop on the dump off and a flag thrown. Signed an extension back in 2.
Polly. 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 Hey, girl. Hi, Polly. Hello. Did I get something to eat? Hello. Hey, sweet girl. Okay, come on. You hungry, girl?
But whenever I take care of Holly, I only have to come once a day because she can let herself in and out of the back door. The last time I was here, I was sitting in the living room, just where I was just sitting, and I can see the back door from there. So I was sitting here, and I could see the back door from here. So I'm sitting there, and all of a sudden, I see this light come on, and I just kind of stared at it. You know, it's like, because I guess a lot of people have automated lights and stuff, and I just kind of stared at it. I did not hear anything at all. And then all of a sudden, and they were having the room in here painted. So instead of Polly's stuff being right here, it was right here. And I was sitting right there. And Polly was sitting next to me. And all of a sudden, a dog just appeared and started eating the food. And I was like, what? I was just having such a slow reaction. And then all of a sudden, like a woman just comes around this corner. And I didn't react. It was like dark outside. I'm still just like, and then she kind of freaked out. And she was like, why didn't you say something when I turned on the light? Or when I came in? How are you just going to sit there and not say anything? And I was like, I didn't see you. Like, I didn't see her. I was like, I didn't see you. And I still don't know. I think she was, I think the family that lives behind, or a friend or something, but basically somebody asked her to get the packages, but I had gotten them because she was like, the packages, you already got the packages. And she was like all worked up because I guess I scared her. And I mean, she scared me, and I was actually kind of surprised at my own lack of reaction. But I really don't like when I have to leave. I feel bad. Thank you, girl. I'm gonna get her some eye drops and a treat.
I was talking to her Nana, and we were talking about, she has some questions about like where they sleep, and like I told her about like this one dog who would like at like 2 a.m. in the morning, I would go downstairs to like get something to like eat or drink.
Like this time or like some other time?
What?
Like when you're talking about the dog, do you mean one of the dogs we have right now? Or?
Yeah,
Okay,
I think. Yeah, the 13 dogs. The one, I told you about like the one dog who at 2 a.m. in the morning would not stop following me and tried to like jump on me.
Was it brown?
I think. I don't know the names.
Yeah, well, both of the jumping dogs are gone.
Okay.
Well, I don't know. The golden retriever gets kind of jumpy, the Miley. So yeah, we're down to just 8. It doesn't seem like that many. They were all being really good, but then right before I left, Dad was getting irritated with them again.
Of course.
What was her grandma saying, that we're crazy?
Yeah, she was like, I couldn't even think about doing that.
Well, I couldn't do it all the time, but like for a week here and there, that's going to be a really good money week. It's worth it. I'm definitely ready for tomorrow when everybody goes home.
Her mom was like, they better get some money off of that.
Yes. And I'm sitting thinking right now, I'm like, wait, we still have 8 dogs. Is there 7 pickups tomorrow? Because that's another weird thing about this, is that everybody has an individual dog. Like, there's no double dogs. Oh wait, I still have a pickup tonight. So yeah, 1 more goes home tonight. But so that means 7, and so that means there's 6 pickups tomorrow. I guess there is. I think when everybody counted their food, they didn't count the pickup day. Because Aurora's out.
Oh!
Miley's not out. Fred's out of food. And Aurora's family is stuck in Ohio in a snowstorm. They're about to pick Kiara up. So I try to get all their stuff together and put it out on the front porch so that when people come get here, they can just like pick up their stuff and put it in the car and load it up, and then I can like be getting the dog together and take the dog outside instead of me trying to carry everything out while they're here. It doesn't always work out like that, but when I know in advance, that's what I try to do.
Look at that. Back.
So I heard from Louie's owner, they are stuck in Minnesota because of the weather and think they might be back Monday. So that's the second one. That's not going home tomorrow. I've been sitting in my car for 5 minutes,
looking for my phone because I know I have it.
Book Celebrity Cruises Black Friday event today.
A Chewy order is on the way for Junior, who's more of a
It's right there.
these days. Every holiday. Alright guys, it's in the morning. Bye guys.
Put on the Rover card that I still hadn't seen the other cat, and he just texted me and said that she's very skittish and I probably won't see her, so I feel better now. So as of Saturday night, we still have 6 dogs staying with us, and half of them don't know when they're going home yet because they were all supposed to be picked up on Sunday. Louie so far is definitely not coming back till Monday. They're in Minnesota and they've been snowed in. Aurora is supposed to come back tomorrow. They're delayed and they don't know yet when they're gonna get a flight. And then Fred is supposed to be here at 8 in the morning, and now he thinks it's gonna be more like midday, but not sure. I haven't heard anything from Miley or Olive. There's one more dog. Is there one more dog? Charlie. Is there one more dog? I'm pretty sure Charlie will be back because I think they drove. I don't think they flew. Pretty sure they drove. But I don't know. I don't know if they did or not because they go to Kansas. So maybe they did fly. But Kansas should be snowed in. I don't know. So that's what's going on. And also, the moral to the story is that this is happening right now because of there's a winter storm, but like where we live is like a vacation area, a tourist area. We live near Destin, and it's a small airport. So like this happens a lot. Like it'll go in phases. Like all of a sudden, every dog that I have is like, I mean, people have been late by like 2 days. So this actually happens to me quite a bit. It's just kind of compacted right now, and it's kind of like, because after having, it was kind of like I was looking forward to like the break at the end of this, but it's gonna kind of drag on. So again, moral of the story is that when you're keeping dogs, like I would never keep a dog and then be like, oh well, I'm leaving town the next day, because like Aurora's was just like in a panic. She was like, I don't have family, I don't have anybody that can get her, I don't know anybody there. And I was like, I'm not gonna throw your dog on the street, it's fine, like don't worry. But that's why you should always like never plan anything immediately following boarding, because you just never know what could happen. We are apparently locked out, and I have no idea how this happened. That bottom lock just spins, so I don't know why it's even locked. So I guess I'm fixing to go around and reopen the garage.
Hi, Mimi. Hi, Mimi. How are you? Hello.
This is why I have such a headache.
Hey, Goody. Hey, Goody. Hey, Goody.
All right, so we're officially down to just 3. They were actually able to pick Fred up after all. They got a flight. They just picked Charlie up. So we've got Aurora and 2 golden retrievers left, and Misha, so 4.
Now that all these bookings are ending, one important thing that still needs to be done is leaving feedback on every dog. Once you do this, it will actually trigger Rover to ask your customer to leave you a review. Then a screen will pop up that gives them the option to leave you a tip as well. Feedback does help other sitters know whether a dog is a good fit for them or not. So I do try to be honest because I rely on that feedback as well, but it's really best to keep it positive. If a dog is truly aggressive, you do need to say that because it's a safety issue and you don't want anybody getting hurt, including that dog. I will usually wait till the next day to leave feedback because many people will do it on their own, but that's why I wait till the next day, because if they don't do it, it'll maybe spark their memory. So a quick 15-second note about how their dog was can turn into better ratings, more bookings, and more tips. And it's one of the easiest things you can do to grow your business on Rover. Some people are actually great tippers and some just don't believe in it. So I try not to take it too personal if they don't tip. For this holiday week, I haven't gotten any tips yet. So I'm gonna go ahead and leave feedback and see if that helps at all. That was our Thanksgiving week on Rover. And let me just say, it was a full house and a full schedule. We had a lot going on. The week reminded me again that pet sitting can be chaotic, unpredictable, exhausting, and incredibly rewarding all at the same time. So what everybody's been waiting on is November earnings. So I'm gonna break it down for you. So for Thanksgiving boarding, I made a total of $2,833. Other boarding that happened in November, I made $2,459. So my recurring, my everyday guys that I go to for November was $1,842. My drop-ins that were strictly Thanksgiving, $997, and just other November drop-ins, not recurring to Thanksgiving, $710. So that brings November to right around $8,841 total. And most of it happened right in my own home, surrounded by family, pets, grandkids, and all the holiday craziness. Before I wrap up, I just wanted to add something really important that I'm extremely grateful for all of my customers and their pets. Every dog, every booking, every repeat client genuinely means a lot to me. If you've watched this channel for a while, you know I built my business on long-term trust and real relationships. And yes, I might seem like I'm complaining, probably a lot in this video, but I'm really not. I'm just venting because this job gets intense and I really want to show a realistic picture of what the work actually looks like. And it helps other sitters, it helps owners understand the behind the scenes. And honestly, it just like helps me decompress a little bit. It's like therapy. We did have 2 injuries this week that I'm still baffled by. Ozzy had that deep cut near his eye, but he's healing up totally fine. Never slowed him down. Still have no idea what happened. Same with Aurora. She ended up having a puncture wound under her chin and it did get infected, but they're both fine now. I just still have no idea how that happened. What I'm the most grateful for is that we had 0 fights or minimal behavior issues. Accidents were really rare considering how many dogs we had. So it could have been a lot worse. It was pretty decent. As I was saying before, leaving feedback is really important and tips are really important, especially during the holidays. And so leaving feedback encourages customers to do the same. So this week was proof of that working. Ozzy, Aurora, Louie, and Murphy all tipped. Ozzy, Aurora, Louie, Malia, and Miley all left great reviews. And that truly matters because reviews build up your business and the tips help offset all the extra time, laundry, cleaning supplies, and care and gas during the busiest of weeks. So yes, it was busy, it was messy, it was emotionally and physically tiring, but it was also profitable, rewarding, and full of happy, snuggly pets. And I'm grateful for every family that trusted me with their dogs this season and cats, and who made the week a little bit louder, dirtier, and a whole lot sweeter. If you enjoyed this, learned from it, or just love watching the real side of pet sitting life, hit subscribe, leave a comment, and let me know how your holidays went. And I'll see you in the next one, hopefully after I've had some more sleep.